Hi everyone, welcome to our talk. I'm Katie St. Clair, physical therapy clinical lead on the brain injury unit here at Sheltering Arms Institute.
And I'm Kaitlin Sullivan. I'm the occupational therapy clinical lead on the brain injury unit.
And we're here to talk with you guys today about the benefits of staying active and going through a workout on how to exercise while staying in. So there are many benefits of staying active and exercising. Our objectives we're going to go through today are first the benefits. There's going to be some time for you to get your items together. We recommended something of light weight, so we have cans of green beans. You can also use something heavier, different like bottles of soda or water, just anything that's going to give you a nice grip in one hand and also give you a challenge. Kaitlin's going to be demonstrating the modified version. So whether you're restricted with your range of motion or if you prefer not to use something weighted. Then we're going to go through a warm-up, some seated exercises for arms and legs, and then a brief cool down and some time for some questions.
So benefits of staying active, it improves your physical abilities and also your independence with that. It also can boost your self-confidence and it promotes healing.
So how much should you exercise? The Center for Disease Control and the American College of Sports Medicine recommend 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise per week. So moderate intensity is whatever you believe would be a middle of the road kind of challenge. Not something that is so strenuous that you're completely out of breath, but also not so easy that you're not feeling challenged. 150 minutes, you can spread that up 30 minutes during the 5 work days of the week. But they do recommend at least twice a week trying to do something to challenge your muscles for strength training. You can exercise pretty much anywhere. These 150 at least or more minutes, you can mix up and do all sorts of things that both bring you joy and provide a challenge to your physical fitness. Things that are important to remember, your space should always be safe. So always have a chair or a place to sit nearby. We recommend having a friend or a family member close, especially if you need help or need someone in case you have some challenges with your balance or your mobility. And we also recommend that whatever activity you're doing, you wear the appropriate attire. And don't forget about footwear. So usually when we are recommending things for exercise, we recommend closed-toed shoes. We're going to be doing these activities seated, so your footwear is of whatever you choose. But keep that in mind. And also of note, especially now, your exercise should be socially distanced. So Kaitlin and I have both been fully vaccinated, but whenever you're exercising both at home and in the community, you want to make sure that you're being safe. So stay 6 feet apart, wear masks when appropriate, and try not to intermingle with too many other individuals.
So some of the things that you can do besides working out with weights are things like going on a walk with friends. Gardening is definitely a good exercise, maybe walking a pet, and also aquatic or swimming pool exercises is a great way to exercise.
So this is the part where we're gonna take a minute or two for you to go grab your items. Like I said, I've got green beans, but grab whatever you like and meet us back with a chair. All right, so we're gonna start with our warm-up. So everyone, let's just start marching. Getting your feet going. And just try to follow my lead. Can you add your arms? Good. All right, we're gonna stop the legs. Let's do some arm circles. Sorry.
And I'm doing one side because I'm doing a little bit of a modification.
And let's reverse. Let's go back to just the marches. Can we try kicks? I think we're all warmed up. Let's go ahead. I want everyone to grab their cans or their items, whatever you've got. And then Kaitlin's gonna lead us through the upper exercises.
All right, so first we're going to do some bicep curls. We're going to try to do 15. If you can't get quite to 15, make it as far as you can, but don't overdo it. Ready? So we're going to do 15 bicep curls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Relax a little bit. And the next one we're going to do is tricep extension. So if you have a little bit of an arm rest, either bring it out of the way, scoot yourself maybe a little bit forward to get it out of the way. So you're going to bring your hand down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Really squeeze the back side of your arm. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Good.
The next one's a shoulder press. You're going to bring your hands above your head.
Just like this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Good.
So now we're going to do internal rotation. So for 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If you're having a little bit of trouble moving one of your arms, you can always place your other hand underneath and bring it in and out. Just get a nice stretch.
Go ahead and I would repeat the same exercises on the other side. So with my left arm. And just to recap, that's going to be coming out and back in towards the middle. So you're coming out and then in straight ahead.
All right, the next one is just external rotation. So you're going to start from the middle point here and go out for 1. Keep that elbow nice, tucked beside you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And if you're having a little bit of trouble moving one of your sides, again, just grab underneath your wrist, rotate out, and bring it back in. Do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Keep that elbow tucked nice beside you.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead and repeat on the other side. And if you choose to do both together, think about pinching your shoulder blades together, keeping your chest up, like you have a pencil between your shoulder blades. You don't want it to fall. Once you finish doing 15 on your other side, we'll take a quick rest break and come back for leg exercises. All right, everyone's back. So if you can see our feet, Kaitlin and I do not have weights for our lower extremities or our legs today. But if you have items around the house, like if you have cuff weights from like your home exercises, or if you have any of the stretchy resistance bands, feel free to use those in a way where it's going to challenge your muscles. But for today, we're going to be doing body weight only. So just follow along. Again, we're going to do 15 of each of these. Kaitlin will be demonstrating a modification. So first, I always like to start kind of far away and work back towards my body, making sure I hit all my major muscle groups so I don't miss something. So first we're going to do heel raises, heel taps, 15. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. And now we're going to do toe raises. So you're going to lift your toes up off the floor and tap back down as best you can. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Next, we're going to move up further in our body and we're going to work with our quadriceps. So we're doing some seated kicks. So I always like to hold these for about 3 seconds just to give your muscles the best chance of giving like their full contraction and work a little bit harder. So we'll start right leg, kick and down, holding for about 3 seconds. 2. Again, Kaitlin's doing a modification. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Good. Take a little rest. And then we would repeat on the other side. Our next exercise is going to be seated marches. So moving to the next major muscle group up, we've got our hip flexors, so our hip muscles. So we're just going to do some seated alternating leg marches. So you're going to lift and then switch. So that's 1 on each side. 2, 3, going nice and slow, not necessarily for 3 seconds on this one. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. A nice tip to remember through all of these, if you're feeling any sort of discomfort, definitely stop. But also, it's important to kind of contract your core muscles, so your stomach muscles and your back muscles, keeping those nice and tight so that way you don't feel any sort of like pulling or discomfort, especially with the leg exercises. Our last one is going to be working your rotators of your hips. So we're going to bring our knees apart and back together. So abduction and then adduction together. This is 3, 4, 5, nice and slow, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good job. So feel free to repeat those as often as necessary. Again, if you're having any discomfort, that's a sign for your body saying take a break, maybe come back to doing this at another time. But now let's go ahead and do our cool down. So after you exercise, it's very important that you don't just stop all activity because our muscles can get tight and then soreness, which can limit your movement later on. So we're just going to go through some very slow, brief stretches to those major muscle groups. So just follow along. First, we're going to stretch one leg out. I want you to reach toward your toes as far as you can. It's important to bend from the hip. Try to keep your back nice and flat. Kaitlin's showing if you're having a tougher time reaching your feet, you can just slide your hand down your shin and just reach as far as you can until you feel a nice stretch in the back of your leg. We're going to hold this for about 20 to 30 seconds. Great. And then we would switch and repeat on the other side. Next, let's go ahead and we will bring our arm across our body, stretching the shoulder. Be very careful not to pull at the wrist. My hand is kind of in the middle of my forearm, and you're just hugging that arm toward your chest. If you're someone who has difficulty with their arm moving on one side, it's very important that you don't overstretch that side that has a little bit more of a challenge moving and exercising, because you want to make sure that you keep all of your tissues like nice and strong and tight. Don't pull too hard on your shoulder. And then again, we would switch on the other side. Let's go ahead and we're going to stretch our wrist muscles. So I want you have your palm facing out. You can put your other hand, the fingers across that palm, and just pull very gently toward your body. This is stretching your wrist flexors, so your forearm muscles. Holding for 20 seconds. Good, and then we're actually just going to flip the hand over, applying pressure to the upper surface of the hand, stretching now the other side of your forearm, so your wrist extensors, holding for 20 to 30 seconds. Good, and we're gonna repeat on the other side. Lastly, I would say let's stretch our triceps. So we're gonna bring one arm over your head, and you want to bring the other hand where your elbow, put your other hand on your elbow and provide gentle pressure down like you're reaching the palm of your hand towards your back. So Kaitlin is showing a modification if you're having a tough time reaching overhead. You can definitely bring your arm across your body, again applying a nice gentle pressure at the elbow. And keep in mind, your own needs. If you're having difficulty with range of motion or pain on one side, make these adjustments as needed. All right, and we will repeat on the other side. Thanks for joining us today. Again, I'm Katie, and this is Kaitlin, and we are the PT and OT clinical leads at Sheltering Arms Institute for our brain injury unit. Thanks for working out with us.